What would you do if society stopped and you had to figure out whom you could trust? Last time on No, I'm Not a Human, we didn't trust the right people.
Oh man, this is really happening. We're actually gonna get shot.
So let's conclude my first playthrough as I discuss previous times in our real world history where society's gone through mass panic and confusion when organized society just broke down. Let's get started. Hey everybody, Editor John here, and the first 14 minutes or so of this video kind of got deleted while I was editing. So to catch you all up, I got killed by the armed maniac, and all that's left for the people are the scavenger dude, the nun, and the 3 culty dudes in my living room. And I gave the hippie lady, I'm not sure what to call her, a FEMA notice because she was getting off visitor signs, and I was trying to keep the cult people safe because I don't want them burning down my house. So without further ado, let's actually get into it. Cultists are tied up at their bonfire site. Did they decide to sacrifice themselves? The thought twists your mind. Fear of death has clouded all reason, people willing to do the unspeakable. But perhaps this kind of madness only happens for a few weeks. It's terrifying to imagine what could happen next. I mean, back in the day, like during the Black Death, you'd have people that would literally beat themselves with whips. They're called the flagellants. They would go from town to town, whipping themselves in penance before their sins and before God. Burning houses blaze bright, echoes scream, you know the madman is behind all this. Could your house be next? Will he come tomorrow? Next week? You'll likely meet that lunatic face to face. It's only a matter of time. Oh no, I have to let this person in. They're in a wheelchair. Hey, and as I mentioned last thing, I have cerebral palsy. I'm not a wheelchair user or anything, but a lot of my friends through the years have been. And I've spent probably 2-3 years of my life in a wheelchair, so I know what it's like. Hey, what's up? Long time no see. How's life? Do I know you? Come on, you really don't remember me? Hang on, your voice sounds different than I remember. Hang on, your voice sounds different than I remember. How long ago did you start living here? This house has always been in my family. No way. I've never made a mistake in my life. My memory's a steel trap, elephant style even. My buddy definitely lived here. I wheeled my ass a long way here. Won't you let me in, please? Come on in. Oh, cool. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like Satious, mate. Want to go race? 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah. Alright, I like that person. They told me this would be our last little chat. Everything is coming to an end. Either by our hands or your own. What's coming to an end? Can't say. Funny how you feel nothing at all. But don't worry, we can help. Why not just break the door down? Why do you keep coming here? You only just thought to ask that? Have you ever considered that you were chosen? They sent me for a reason. To change something. But the outcome always is the same. You'll die. If not tomorrow, then later. You will disappear. But for now, have you let any of us into your home? I got rid of anyone that didn't belong. Why so tense, clinging to life like that? What's left that matters? You're all alone now. So, you alone? No, I'm not alone. So you are ready. Do you feel fear? Yes. Still, can't take matters into your own hand. That's why I'm here. Death no longer seeks to me. So that's how the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. Oh, but everything's just fine with you, isn't it? Your flock are fine. Yes, all as it should be. Her gaze rests upon us. I shan't linger. I shall be moving on now. So what's this deal with death of yours? The day of her arrival is nigh. I can feel it, yes. It's of no consequence if we fully don't understand what we are here to summon. What truly matters is this. We are all tired. Yet the thought of eternal nothingness terrifies us. The concept of an afterlife is but a hollow dream, promised by false religions. I know, I got like 3 of them living in my house. The cycle of rebirth, little more than endless torment with short breaks in between. But death herself, she might spare us from the most terrible fate of all, the void. We have no choice but to keep calling to her. This isn't a daycare. Were they truly bothering you so much? Or perhaps peace is not what you yearn for after all. I will take my leave with gratitude regardless. As a token of gratitude, I could offer you salvation. Join in our rite. Find peace. Come, brother. Hold our hand as we march towards death. Ooh, if you're so eager to die, then go ahead, but I'm staying here. Very well, if that is your choice, so be it. Death will claim her due. What is done. Farewell. Help me, I've been shot. Not gonna last long. What happened? Yeah, I broke out of one of them. They came knocking during a sweep and grabbed me right off my doorstep. They're already scanning me the second I crack the door open. Next thing I know, they're scribbling stuff into their tablets and telling me I gotta come with them. I told them to screw off, so they cuffed me like a common criminal. I got away eventually, though. Tell me about the FEMA quarantine zones. Picture an empty parking lot, fenced off with a couple of tents scattered around. They fill empty spaces with big shipping containers that they shove people into every morning like cattle. That's your FEMA quarantine zone, and their security's a joke. Didn't even need a plan, just wait for the right moment and climb the fence. They're busy in there. You can tell they're preparing for something. Well, I guess the moment I chose wasn't totally right. One of the pigs saw all me and started shooting. I dropped straight off the fence and into a puddle, then legged it. How many people do I have left? Just the nun, the wheelchair user, Herson, and the homeless guy. Come in. Glad to see you're not like your neighbors. There's more? Hey, you on the other side of the door. I can hear you on the other side of the door. Mind if I crash here for the night? What happened to your face? What's wrong with it? Looks fine to me. Oh, you mean why am I smiling? Yeah, I haven't seen anyone smile in a... Yeah, I haven't seen anyone smile in a while. Fears made people forget what joy even feels like. Despair binds us to what little good is still left in the world. What's there to be so happy about? There's plenty of reasons, but I can't tell you what should make you happy. What did you used to love before all this happened? Try to remember what brought you joy. We can't allow ourselves to wallow in despair, now more than ever. Think you should leave. It's fine, but there's something I can offer. Is there something you want? I've got cigarettes. Does that interest you? No, I don't take bribes. Don't bury yourself in your grief. If you focus on it too much, you'll start eating you alive. And from there, well, things can get real dark real fast. You take care of yourself, alright? Alright. Man, we're getting towards the end, I think. Things are creepy. Man, I love that every day starts with the news. Breaking news. Conditions in the city shows no sign of stabilizing and disaster continues to worsen. Glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising at an alarming rate. Coastal areas across the globe, including major cities, are at risk of severe flooding. Several lakes now to be contaminated with radiation have begun to evaporate. Scientists worldwide are warning that the result could result in toxic rainfall. If you hear thunder, seek cover immediately and protect yourself from exposure. Unfortunately, the city continues to remain under lockdown. FEMA has yet to capture all the fugitives, and they've announced a new sign of identifying visitor: rapid pupil movement. We interrupted this report due to the risk of an attack on our studio. Do you end of broadcast? I guess there's no more news. Dispatch to all FEMA units. New directive, code 451 is replaced with code 955. Don't burn bodies. Apply something instead. Repeat, code 451 is that burning remains to contain the threat posed by the subject. Not sure what all that means. Still. Hey! Wandering free. Wish I could be. Is that part of a Disney lyric? Who are you looking for? I have this friend. You see, we've known each other since we were kids. He had an accident. He was hired to mine something up in the mountains. I don't exactly know what he's up to, and frankly, I don't care. But he threw his back out and couldn't move for days. He worked so hard up in those mountains. The seagulls mistook his back, and they made a nest in his butt. Sorry about that. It's just the voices in my head. They told me a really funny joke. This wound. Why did FEMA come for you anyways? Couldn't say for sure, but I got a hunch. I thought it was just a routine sweep, but I bet my ass that person next door ratted me out. We've hated each other's guts. Reckons she saw her chance and took it as claimed another visit. So we entered witch hunt territory! Yeah, if you know about the Salem witch hunts and most witch trials throughout modern history, which, side note, most people think that was like medieval history. No, it was modern history. Almost all those occurred during the early modern period. And yeah, they were almost all neighborhood vendettas, where people just didn't like each other and started claiming each other as witches. And I see we've gotten back to that. She's probably feeling really proud of herself, too. Okay. I need to test you. Let's look at the eyes. Okay, you look fine. Leave him alone. Alright, I'm not killing the person in the wheelchair. I need to test you. What do your eyes look like? Well, yeah, you can get yourself shot at catching the wrong guy's eye. You learn to watch where you look. Leave alone. Alright. Let's see. I want to test you again. Photo! Not really the biggest fan of being photographed. Yeah. Dude, okay. So, being on YouTube's a big step for me, but I know most disabled people are like this. You will not find a single photograph of me from like age 10 to like age 25. I just didn't take photographs. And older me, I mean, I'm now 36. I regret that decision, but man, it was hard to take a photo because you just don't like the way you look and you never quite feel comfortable in your own body. And whoever wrote this game is my hero. They've been really nailing it. You blinked. Alright, let's leave them alone. I don't know. I wish... Can we order more kombucha? Cause I'll go order more kombucha right now. I really don't want to... That person had a rapid eye pupil movement and a really dark photograph. Oh, I can't do kombucha. But I can do 2 cans of cat food. Might not save me for tonight, but it'll save me later. Another day. Another night. Let's do this. Nothing remains of the... Only strange, shapeless mass that looks like sludge. You wonder if something melted then flesh and bones before swallowing the remains. If prayers mean anything, the creature will stay in the shadows. You fear you won't survive seeing such a monster. Oh no, we're talking eldritch horror now. FEMA officials surround the burned bodies. They document the cultist's death. Faces frozen in terror and agony as if they saw something horrible before dying. Yeah, we all saw something horrible before dying. Isolation and loneliness. God, how I wish for those days. All nearby houses are in ruins. Your home is the last one standing. No one else is left to shield you from the madman's ire. Whatever happens next, it will happen to you. I feel bad for all our neighbors. I don't want to answer it. I'm back. Not really sure why I bothered, though. My brother hadn't been so gutless. Maybe he could have kept his wife and kids safe. Now, who knows where that brat is? Oh my god! Oh my god, the madman is our neighbor's brother. How are you holding up? You want to find her? No point in looking. Waste of time. If my brother had any spine, there'd still be a chance. But now, I don't care anymore. I'm done with that. There was this family on the edge of town, barricaded in, Dad holding the door. But the wife, she was sewing shines. He kept pleading with me, "She's my wife, don't hurt her." When the visitors started climbing the roof, the idiot finally opened the door to let her run, so I did what he couldn't. I killed her first, then him. Kids got away with the neighbors somehow. Then FEMA rolled up, talking about cleanup, told them not to worry, it was already done. They laughed and said I should sign up. Screw all that. All they do is drag folks away and the visitors are still here. Anyway, enough talk. I'm testing you. I already showed eyes. Show armpit? If there's something growing there, I better not find out. Screw off, I'm not sniffing your pits. I'm done here. You won't see me again. Oh, thank God. Enjoy what's left. Delivery? What happened to you, man? I'm surprised delivery guy survived. Good job. My friend got killed. He went to drop off an order and the homeowner. People have lost their minds. Why the heck would that guy think a regular delivery guy is dangerous? Why kill him? What for? I'm sorry. Remember when I said being a delivery guy helps me take my mind off stuff? Feels like that's not working anymore. I keep seeing tired, grim, bitter faces. There's endless morning checkups with FEMA staff pointing guns at us. This whole mess. I'm sick of all this. I just want it to be over. Take your order. I'm gone. 2 cat food. Good kitty. Have a good night. At least you can still get cat food. It's boiling out here. Boiling, I tell you. It's the middle of the night. Still feels like I'm stuck in an oven. Maybe a bit cooler, yes, but the air's thick as. I can't breathe. You got a bathroom? Why do you need my bathroom? I'm serious, boy. I don't feel well. I need cold water. I dragged myself all the way here. What for? An insolent upstart to turn away an important man. I used to run this place. I was a minister. I can make it worth your while. Let me in now, and when all this is over, I'll see that you're compensated, and well, I might add. You know, this is starting to remind me of The Great Fear, which is a mass hysteria event that occurred kind of actually in situations like this. It was at the very, very beginning of I'm going to let this guy in. It was right at the very beginning of the French Revolution, and there was a food shortage at the time, which is one of the leading causes of the revolution. Kind of like how there's a food shortage here now, and there's lots of people asking for food. And a rumor had gotten, and once this, I'll see you set up appropriately. There's a rumor that had gotten around that the aristocrats were hoarding all the food. So the peasants started taking up arms to defend their farmsteads, attacking manor houses, attacking storehouses. There wasn't... Hey everybody, so we had a bit of a crash there. As I was saying, and we might not get the same people over again, which kind of stinks, but what are you going to do? Recording in games sometimes don't go right. As I was saying, and I want to get this off, say this story before I forget it. The Great Panic at the start of the French Revolution was the first time that France really experienced a nationwide revolt. And this is one of the few times where I suppose you could say mass panic caused a good thing. Because while everyone was going after the landlords and accusing them of hoarding food, it was a nationwide uproar and outbreak of panic. And before that, in the 16th century and the 17th century, so 1700s and early, 16 and 1700s rather, most revolts in France had been like counties in specific regions and didn't really go beyond that. So while the revolt might be successful and kick out the government for a time, they always had time to, take a breath, reorganize, and come in and squash the rebels. This is the first time you've had rural, urban, all over the country, from Paris to Toulouse and down in the south, just going nuts. And the government just didn't have the capacity to handle that. So it really gave the upper hand to what became the French Revolution. And eventually Republican France would spring out of that. And this is all over like a 2-week period, but that initial chaos gave people enough time to actually start real, genuine democratic reforms. And I just wanted to point that out, that not always is mass panic and social disorder a bad thing. I mean, granted, I don't think anyone would want to live through the French Revolution. That time was screwed up. But the ultimate end result of it was a Republican, free, democratic France. And I think the world's better off with that. This one's... Alright, so we gotta hope that FEMA doesn't take away one of the cultists. We need more people. What catastrophe? What's it all going to take to figure out how to fix all this? Just 2 more people. Either we find a way to eradicate the visitors or we never meet again. Who'd they take? Okay, the lady we gave the notice to and the trucker. Aw, he was human. But that means that we survived this round. Because that means the cult dude won't be pissed off at us. Which, man, yeah, this is reminding me of, like, we're starting to get into mass hysteria points. Like, this is like Cold War era. These guys, if you're not with us, you're against us. Yeah, they're still alive. Thank you for all you've done. I'm sure you're tired too of all the noise, all these oppressive times, all the confusion. Yeah, just join us and there won't be any confusion. Everyone's on our side. This is a dangerous thing to say during mass hysteria. People often get the, if you're not exactly with us, you're against us mindset. I didn't want these guys burning down my house, which it already threatened to do, so. Death spoke to me not long ago. She hopes to meet you when the time comes. She will offer you a place to hide from everything. In the end, even from death itself. I'm not sure myself what that means yet, but it does sound tempting, yes? Okay, so we survived FEMA and that dude. Now we got this guy. Tried to find someone I mentioned. Alright, his brother is our neighbor who died. Did FEMA give up on this town or just this block? How do you spot a visitor? Same way you do, I bet. TV and radio spelt it all out for us. One side's good enough to put him down. I don't hesitate for a second. Since I'm here, do you know the stocky guy who wears blue denim jacket? He's got a kid, a little girl, not sure how old. And well, his wife, screw the wife. Only his girl made it out. Your guy's dead. Show me you're not one of them. Any party you'll do. You got a gun? I don't care. We'll both go down shooting then. Here, smell my armpits. Harumph. You visitor, you thought you could trick me? Now the moment of truth. Okay. Okay. We made it. We made it through night 10. The situation in the city remains unstable. Recent lockdown. Members of the cult have been sighted on the outskirts of the city, but they appear to be involving flames in their rituals. FEMA believes this group may have been directly involved in the attacks on quarantine zones. Fortunately, unfortunately, due to the ongoing situations, neither FEMA nor the military can spare a dedicated task force at this time. There's a new identifying sign. Fungal undergrowth in the underarm area. That's the latest for now. Ooh, an update at the polls. Oh yeah, melting ice caps may lead to catastrophic flooding. No answers on the climate update. That's all for now. They shouldn't have burned the bodies. It drained something. If something means it wouldn't have come. If they buried the remains, it wouldn't have come. I wonder what they're referring to. Who's a good kitty? Let's see if we can get any food or anything from Forrest. Because that'll spare us the night. Okay. We cannot get it through the Forrest yet. You guys still there? Yep. So we only have 2 people in the Eldritch Horrors. Think FEMA's still coming after you? I really messed up heading FEMA like that. They took my car and nearly shot me. What is this supposed to do? The guy was a visitor. You had no choice. Well, you're right. Yeah, it kind of wasn't really any other way. Man, I miss the days when you could sit behind the wheel and not think about nothing. Now these visitors, hell, maybe the next passenger will put a bullet through you. Why didn't you stay in your monastery? First of all, the monastery is not mine. It is the house of the Lord Almighty. Secondly, it was all thanks to those foul blasphemers. They defiled his sacred ground. May the fires of heaven rain down upon them for their sins. They darkened our doorway and drove out my flock, myself along with them. They took what they coveted as theirs by right. Barbarians, defilers, the lot of them. Our lives were ordered and holy. We prayed as he demanded. We fasted as he commanded. And those beasts, they're probably drinking the holy water like it was cheap wine. Sacrilege. May they choke on it. Amen. Watch your armpits. Forcing an old woman to bear herself shall not come to pass. Such indecency. But I see you shall grant me no peace. Well, if it is his will. Man, that does not look good. I need to test you. What do your eyes look like? That's fine. Let's see. What do your teeth look like? Yeah. Be not afraid. Sins are not something to be chewed on nor savored. I swallow them whole. Okay. I can't even talk. But man, I do not like, this whole thing has got me creeped out. Like, this whole thing's reminding me of Mass Panics. Like, ooh, let's look out the window. Bodies burned. Alright, the dogs have fled. If they ran from... What if they didn't run from FEMA but something worse? So dogs who are feasting on the bodies of our neighbors. Uh-oh. Cultists are tied up at the bonfire site. Did they decide to sacrifice themselves? The thoughts twist your mind. Fears of death have clouded all reason. People are willing to do the unspeakable. When this kind of madness only happens after a few weeks, it's terrifying to imagine what could happen next. Yeah, that's right. Like, okay, here's the thing about mass panics. They don't tend to last very long. Like, one of the famous panics in world history, ooh, burning houses blaze through the night, screams echo in the distance. You know the madman is behind all this. Could your house be next? Will he come tomorrow? Next week? You'll likely meet that lunatic face to face. It's only a matter of time. That's interesting. I had a bit of a crash and was just expecting these to go through the same people, but we actually have a new person I wasn't expecting. But yeah, mass panics don't usually last very long. Like, one I'm thinking of is called the Great Fear. It happened in France right at the beginning of the Revolution. And that was a time of famine because that's what led up to the revolution, was lack of food. I mean, that led to the Arab Spring and a whole bunch of other revolutions throughout history. But the Great Fear was specifically, it spread among the peasants in the countryside that the aristocrats were hoarding food. Now, they weren't. Pretty much everybody was going hungry at this point. But that led to about 4 or 5 days where peasants were arming themselves to defend their farms. Some were attacking greenhouse storehouses. Some were attacking manor houses. And, order was restored and calm was relayed within about a week. But I couldn't imagine a crisis just going on and on and on like this one seems to be. Because most mass hysterias begin quickly and they burn themselves out just as quickly. But this, I don't know about this. But you're new. Mind if I crash here for a bit? I came to town to see my hubby. He relocated for work. I thought I'd surprise him with a visit. Turns out there's no place for me to stay where he's working. How do you get here? What does your husband do? Oh, I'll tell you loud and proud. He works for FEMA. Well, I heard he'd been transferred into FEMA. I just about lost it. I wanted to surprise him, so I shelled out for a cab. Then the cabbie robbed me blind. Do you work for FEMA too? What did your husband do before that? Like I'd tell you, what do you want to know? What's it matter anyways? He's FEMA now. I could be too if they didn't live in the dark ages. It's just not fair. What if I'm not as good as my hubby just because I'm a woman? I work the border, dang it. I got a nose for shady folks. This whole no women in FEMA thing is horse crap. Wait, FEMA's like sexist too? That's a new piece of information. Come on in, I want to hear more. No, that's more like it. Once we blast all them freaks and go back to living like decent, proper folk. They told me this would be our last little chat. Everything's coming to an end. Either by our hands or your own. What do you mean? I'm just telling you what I was told. That's all. Do you ever feel it yet? Death creeping closer and closer. It's breathing down your necks already. Why not just break the door down? Does the unknown scare you? Do you often wonder why you're still alive? Seems like you're more concerned with what comes after the end. So you die, what then? You're just gone? Forever? Will you feel anything? But I'm more curious about something else. Have you let any of us into your home? I got rid of any of those who don't belong. I think that's about right. Why so tense, clinging to life like that? What's left that matters? You're all alone now. So, are you alone? No, I'm not alone. So you are ready. Do you feel the fear? Yes. Still can't take matters into your own hands. That's why I'm here. Well, that's creepy. Death no longer speaks to me. So that's how the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whisper. Oh, but everything's just fine with you, isn't it? Your flock are fine. Yes, as it all appears, her guest still raises upon us. I shan't linger. I'll be moving on now. So what's this deal with? What's the deal with this death of yours? The day of her arrival is nigh. I can feel it. Yes. Yeah, I just feel like I'm caught up in the middle of a mass hysteria, zombie outbreak, and global warming catastrophe. They kind of did a whole circle of just craziness. Oh, and like Cold War, you don't know who to trust kind of attitudes. It is no consequence if we don't fully understand what we are here to summon. It is of no consequence if we don't understand what we're here to fully summon. What truly matters is this: we're all tired. Yet the thought of eternal nothingness terrifies us. The concept of an afterlife is a hollow dream promised by false religions. A cycle of rebirth, little more than endless torment with sharp breaks in between. But death herself, she might spare us from the most terrible fate of all, the void. We have no choice but to keep calling to her. Leave me alone. Very well, you've done enough. I shall take them with me, with gratitude regardless. As a token of gratitude, I could offer you salvation. Join our right and find peace. Come, brother, hold our hand as we march towards death. If you're so eager to die, then go ahead. I'm staying here. Very well, that is your choice. Death will claim her due. What is done, what was to be done, is done. Farewell. Oh, another new person. So even with the... I just figured the save file had already picked the survivors, but I guess because I had a crash, and I'm not sure which will intersperse here, but this is new to me, again. Hello, is anyone there? I heard footsteps. Means you're there behind the door. Can you open it? First return the ones you took. Oh, that's the FEMA guy with the hood down. I didn't even notice that. Did you come for me this time? I don't get it. Oh no, I'm not with FEMA. Is this just because of the uniform? Everybody hates them from what I've seen, for whatever it is they do. People get taken away and they never seem to come back. Who knows what's really going on? So who are you then? Just a regular factory guy. Built fridges, fixed them up too. And I don't work there anymore. Work kept piling up. Not enough people left. We couldn't keep up. I burned out and quit. Come on in. Any place I can sit? I don't think you'd actually let me in. Hey, you on the other side of the door. I can hear your footsteps. Mind if I crash here for the night? Why are you so cheerful? Is that cheerful? I guess he is smiling. There's enough anger out here already. Yeah, times are tough, but there's still much worth fighting for. The next generation aren't just the joy of life itself. If we keep telling ourselves it'll be okay, then hey, maybe things will get a little easier. So you want to lie to people? I call it lying. People are neck deep in their own pain right now, and I get why. Sometimes you just remind them of ways they used to be happy. Back when the goal wasn't simply to survive, but to create something beautiful. You get what I'm saying? Life's gotten too bitter lately. I don't like this guy. He's a little too cheerful in the apocalypse. I think you should go. It's fine, but maybe there's something I can offer you. Isn't there something you want? I've got cigarettes. Does that interest you? No, I don't smoke. Don't bury yourself into grief. Focus on it too much and I'll start eating you alive. From there, things, can get dark really fast. Take care of yourself, alright? I think that's it for the... Yeah. Kitty, protect us. What day is it? Okay. We're at the 11th day. Oh no! Oh no! Somebody I let in is a imposter. Or not an imposter, that's a different game. Is a visitor. Breaking news, conditions in the city show no sign of stabilizing as the disaster continues to worsen. Glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising at an alarming rate. Coastal cities across the globe, including many major cities, are at risk of severe flooding. See, but unlike most major panics, they've made this clear that there are enemies, and if you don't choose wisely, you're gonna die. Several lakes known to be contaminated with radiation have also begun to evaporate. Scientists worldwide are warning that this could result in toxic rainfall. If you hear thunder, seek cover immediately and protect yourself from exposure. Unfortunately, the city is continuing to remain under lockdown. Yeah, like as I was saying earlier, this definitely feels like a siege. In sieges, movement's often tightly controlled. You might not be able to leave beyond. In sieges, your movements are tightly controlled. You might not be able to leave beyond your neighborhood. Not that there's much of a neighborhood left now. FEMA has not yet captured all the fugitives and has now announced a new sign for the visitors. Rapid pupil movement. Emergency broadcast. We interrupt this report due to the risk of an attack on our studio. End of broadcast. So that's the end of the news, eh? Well, first things first. What should I do? I'm going to try ordering either more cat food, or if I can't do that, some coffee maybe? Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, 2 cans of cat food. Let's do that. Alright, we'll get it tomorrow night. Hope I didn't get too much solar exposure. I need to check you. Ooh, that's not good. Disgusting, right? You sweat in the suit, skin's cracks, and even rots. Not the worst thing that's happened to me, though. Leave alone. Alright, let's check his eyes. Alright. Oh, yeah, this guy's a visitor. When you're stuck in this mask, the vision gets worse stuck in the mask. Everything there is like you're always looking through the eye holes, even when you aren't. Alright, buddy. I'm sorry. Time for you to go. You're making a mistake. Oh, I am making a mistake. Alright. I need to check you too. What do your eyes look like? Alright. I'll make it worth your while. Give me to FEMA. I'm gonna shoot you too. My eyes ain't wide enough for you? Oh, you're something else. Now put that toy away and let's get back to doing our duty. Sorry, can't trust it. You're a real piece of work, you know that? Hey! She was the visitor! So, I think... Okay. So I think I only have that guy left. I think I only have one other person in here with me. Let's listen to the radio, see if there's anything interesting. Alright. Dispatch to all FEMA units. New directive, code 451 is replaced with code 955. Don't burn the bodies. Apply something lit live instead. Repeat, code 451 is burning something to contain the threat posed by the subject. Alright. Well, I hope we only have so many more nights left. What is this? Am I gonna eat myself? Walk a mile in their shoes. Have a very strange dream. I was new from the first time I... Uh-oh. There's nobody left here. Just me and the cat. This is new. Kitty, you're safe. You're the only one safe. There's no time for this today. Well, this is new. I had a different ending the last time. This game is curious. Very curious. I wasn't planning to drop by, but I had a vision. Something strange is happening here. While I looked at your house, a certain passage came to mind. Like when you face something so dark that you don't want anything anymore, the cold earth watches you. Did you do something? I don't know what you mean. I think you do. Something follows you. A trail of darkness. Am I getting this ending because I shot too many humans? I've succumbed to the panic. This isn't how it was meant to go. Being afraid to die, trying to survive, well, that's only natural. But you've wandered from the past, your fear. You've only brought death closer. I don't think I can fix any of this. Dying is terrifying. I know that all too well. The dread alone can drive you mad. It pushes you towards terrible choices. I can see the plans they had laid out for you. Seeing what lay ahead only made things worse. Is that what scared you so? Pain? Fading away? You can't stop it. Sooner or later. Oh, so I got that ending by killing too many humans. I'm truly sorry. Oof. Is this how it goes? Kick to death in my own house? They threw you out onto the street. Unarmed, bloodied. You have no strength left to crawl away from the sunlight. Ooh, no way to end your suffering on your own terms. You'll burn slowly. And there's no one left to blame. Unless... Yeah, so I think I got that ending because too many people died. Well, I succumbed to panic and ended up being a freaking murderer. I genuinely had trouble telling friend from foe, and I feel like that's a very human thing to do, and I think this game did a great job of that. I hope you all enjoyed that. I had fun making this. Let me know if you want me to do another run of this game where I talk about more human history of panic and social disorder Until then, I'm John from Cozy Thorns, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.